Hey gang, we're here for full body number 1 of 3 this week. So this is our full body deadlift and pull format. This is gonna have all of the pulls, so a lot of back shoulders, as well as deadlift variations. So as you can see, I have a heavy barbell deadlift situation for straight leg. You could opt for heavy dumbbells. We also have single leg deadlifts or kickstand deadlifts. So for that, I'll be using 30-pound dumbbells. I also have 20s, 15s, and then I have some light dumbbell options under 15. So I recommend having some options for reverse fly. We also have a resistance band for face pulls, and I think that's all you'll need a band for, or a cable option if you're at the gym. So let me review. You'll need some bent over row options, whether that would be a barbell or dumbbells. We will have some hip thrusts. So a shallow bench will be needed for that. I've got my bench set up for reverse flies. You'll need a bench on an angle for that T extension exercise as well. Is that what we got? Yeah. We've got, like I said, bent over rows, kickstand RDLs. So a lot of glute work, hamstring work, and the pulls. A lot of variety today, but we're gonna get a lot done in a short amount of time. And then our next full body is gonna be squat and push focus. And then we've got an accessory focus full body. So very well-rounded deload week with some core and cardio integrated in. Quick warm up, and then we'll get it going. So I don't have a ton of room in my space. If your space looks like mine, that's okay. Sometimes, you know, to get it all done in a small corner in the basement or just like a small amount of space in general, sometimes even when I'm at the gym, I find one area and I stick to that one area because I don't like to be bouncing around. I like to keep it moving, and that's gonna allow me to stay focused and intentional. Ooh, opening up those hips in this warm up, you guys. Ooh. I did a 5-minute ride, so my body is nice and warm and ready to receive this warm up. Send that left leg back, pedal into that down dog. We're gonna bring those hips forward again. Drop those knees. We're gonna send one leg forward. Reach up nice and tall. Pull that left hip over and slightly down. Hamstrings back. Ooh. Got to get a good hamstring stretch today for sure. Switch it up. Pull the right hip forward. Sink down into it. Send those shoulders down and back away from those ears. Hold it, hold it, hold it. We're gonna come into some cat and cow, and then I'll give you a bonus 30 seconds to stretch out anything else that you may want to stretch out. Postpartum mamas, this is for you. I don't care if your youngest is 7 months or 17. Good, neutral spine, just kidding. One more move. Some rotations. Keep those elbows slightly bent. Try to keep that spine neutral now, so we're not dipping or arching at all. Rotate those shoulders back and forward, back and forward. Gotta wake up those shoulder blades. All right, awesome sauce. 30 seconds. Bonus to do anything else that you might want to work on, any imbalances, any other stretches, where are you tight? Get it done, because we're gonna get right into our deadlifts. 6 to 8 reps, and then we move into our reverse fly. Get your heavy deadlift weight, get your light reverse fly weight. This is a bomb superset because this allows you to really focus on each individual exercise and put a lot more energy into the exercise individually, and you're really working opposing muscles, so you get the opportunity to just let the hamstrings and the glutes breathe while we work the back. I'm going, again, straight leg RDL with my barbell. However, if heavy dumbbells is the move for you today, do what is best for you. Six to eight, that's it. Right to our reverse fly. Eight to 10 reps. Superset number one, done. Get a little recovery. Deadlift set number two. And now I remember why I removed my rings for deadlifts. Here we go. Slide these rings off so I don't lose a finger next time. Reverse fly. Dumbbells are just where I left them. Oh, good stuff. Now, remember, if you don't have a bench to support you and you're in a standing or kneeling, like hinged position in your reverse fly, your goal is to just make sure you stay nice and hinged and you're not pulling back or popping up. So up here is a strong hinge all throughout, and you're nice and stable in both your eccentric and concentric motion. So we're here, lower down, nice and under control. We're not pulling back and creating any tension or unnecessary strain in that low back or your upper neck. A lot of times our initial reaction is to jolt forward when we're doing bent over rows or reverse flies. So I want you to really focus on not trying to drive or overemphasize that pull at all. Resist the urge to pull that neck up and bring the shoulders up. As best you can, focus on pulling those shoulders down and back in both of these moves, your deadlifts and your reverse fly, your bent over rows, because when we come up here, that's where we're getting like the neck involved, right? And that's where we're causing unnecessary strain right here. I know it's challenging, but as best you can focus on that neutral spine, the neutral neck, head and shoulders. That's why your gaze becomes very, very important in moves like this. So in deadlifting, we don't want to be up here, right? We want to keep that chin to chest. That's a good cue in order to really keep the neck neutral. If chin to chest is causing strain for you, focus on keeping a gaze that is about 2 to 3 feet in front of the toes instead, okay? So if you're gazing 2 to 3 feet in front of the toes at all times, boom, that's a neutral head, neck, shoulders. Everything is a straight line at that point. We've got our last set. I'm not gonna have my rings in the way this time. Last set, 6 to 8 reps. Grips are good even if you're using heavy dumbbells instead of a barbell. So you don't need a barbell to use grips. Whatever's gonna help you keep a strong grip. Oh, all right, shit. Awesome, awesome job. Here we go. First superset is done. We have our grip, strength, a breather. We've got hip thrust holds, and we've got kickstand RDLs. So hip thrust holds. That means each rep we hold that position for 3 seconds. We've only got 6 to 8 reps. 6 to 8 reps of all, okay? So when we get to those kickstand RDLs, here we go. Again, use your grips if you need to, but we get this little natural recovery in between, and we've only got 8 reps max. Alrighty, so 3 sets. Set number 1. Your challenge is that 3-second hold. Ensure that your feet placement is correct. So your heels, you don't want to be too far out, but you definitely don't want to be too tight. You want to create that 90-degree angle at the highest point of that rep. So take a couple practice reps if you need. Good, don't cheat that hold. Last one, last hold. 2, 1, good. Good, so you know me, I try to achieve the point of shaking. That's why I continue after 6 to get to 8. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna start with 20s. And I'm gonna work up to the 30-pound progression. Get that thing forward. Sometimes, you know, you gotta get a little more creative in your space. But it's all good, it works. Same position as a deadlift, regular RDL. 95% of that effort is coming from that front leg. Eight. Whew. I'll tell you what, engaging both of the glutes like that, like bringing that left glute in and really engaging at the top of that rep and like really creating that strong mind to muscle connection. Those 20s were pretty challenging. I might stick with those because I feel like my form was really, really good with those 20s. And maybe I might dabble in the 30s for the last and final set. Just to really challenge myself, but whew, it's amazing what proper form, movement quality, the right engagement, and the right mind to muscle connection can do. Set number 2, hip thrust. All right, so don't cheat that 3-second hold. Don't underestimate getting in the right position to start. There's no right or wrong when it comes to your number of reps per set. Oh, damn. All right, y'all. Kickstands. Try to start the same side you started with initially. Slow your tempo down. Switch it up. All right. Eight reps. Whew. All right. Next superset, we've got bent over rows followed by an upright row. Wow. Here we go. Last set, best set. So we're looking for that shaking in the glutes, which you don't get until you get past reps 1, 2, 3, even 4, 5, right? But once you get there, you're like, oh, there it is. There's that challenge. I knew it was coming. Last one. Come on, push. 2, 3. Ah. Ah. All right, team. Here we go. All right, team. Here we go. Bent over rows and an upright row. I'm gonna move this bench out of the frame. We had some double glutes. Now we got double back. Double back, back on back. Whew. What are my rep ranges? 6 to 8 bent over rows. Upright rows, we got 8 to 10. Create that nice strong hinge. My goal is to make progressions each set. Elbows stay above those wrists. Good, we've got 8. I'm gonna keep going, try to get the top of that rep range for each of those moves in this superset. In set number 1. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, I'm gonna go for a barbell bent over row with a 45-pound plate. See if I have a handle in the back, which I think I do. All right. I think I got this. Yeah. Ended up with a lot of dumbbells sitting right here. All right, take a short little breather. We've got our last set, best set coming. Shooting for 30s in our bent over rows, 2 20s for our upright rows. Then we move into our final superset of the day. And then we get a nice long recovery. All right, team. All right. Here's where we're gonna need some room, a little bit of room in our space. So we've got a back extension with a lat pull, okay? So in your lat pull, option to hold very light hand weights, a very light resistance band, or nothing. You can do that move with just your body weight and go through that motion. Squeezing the shoulder blades. First move in this superset is gonna be face pulls. All right, so I'm going kneeling in this position. You can go kneeling or seated. Totally up to you. Whatever is gonna help you, again, keep that spine nice and neutral. Sometimes it takes a kneeling position to really focus on keeping that core engaged, engaging the proper muscles in the rear delts. Avoid rocking, please. Eight to 10 reps. We go right into our back extensions. Again, if you're at the gym, feel free to take this move on the Roman back extension chair. 10 to 12 reps. Woo! I love back extensions because you get a little bonus glute activation that you're not really like planning on, but you get it as a bonus for that move. And it's so good to engage that low back. We really do forget about the low back all the time when we're working our core, when we're working our pull workouts and our back workouts. The low back is really rarely ever involved. So back extensions, for me, it's always gonna be that super underrated move, in my opinion. All right, team, we've got one more set. All right, one more superset. Let's leave everything here on the workout floor, everything. No regrets. Now this is also, just FYI, the time of year where if you're not disciplined enough, if you don't have this habit locked in, things are gonna start to override your workouts. That should be a priority, but you're gonna let other things take priority, and you're gonna let other things get in the way because you're busy, you're overwhelmed, you have FOMO and you don't want to miss out, and you're just gonna keep telling yourself, well, I'll get into a routine next week, and don't worry, you'll just start again fresh next week, and I feel a slight cough coming, it's okay, you'll just start again next week. And then the next week turns into 2, which turns into 3, which turns into 3 months, because you're not consistent and you're letting things override what should be priorities for you in your health and fitness routine. So you put this workout in your calendar, you make a non-negotiable mandatory appointment with yourself. And the more you cancel on yourself, the more you create distrust. The more you create distrust, the more you're gonna fuel your already negative thought patterns about where you are in your process and what's hard and what's challenging and what's too hard and what you can do and what you can't do. But if all you do is keep the mandatory workout appointments with yourself, keep the mandatory meal planning sessions or grocery shopping trips with yourself, then you are not going to fall off. There's no such thing as falling off. There's really no such thing. Get right back to it the next day if something overrides your workout. If something overrides your meal prep block, get it done at another point in your day or the following day. Stop telling yourself you're gonna wait till next week. You're creating more bad habits as a domino effect every single time you do that, and it gets harder and harder to start again fresh or start again when you can be perfect. You need to take imperfect action if you want a shot at consistency. So keep these workouts as a mandatory block on your calendar. Stop letting other bullshit override your time. This is your time. So treat it like that. Go hydrate, eat, stretch, move, slay the rest of your day. Eat your protein, eat your carbs. I'll see you next time.